Hey, I'm Pippi Peterson. Thank you so much for watching. A great way to maintain proper mechanical lubrication on your rig is to grease all of the fittings. This is a really easy thing to do, so most people can do it. So let's go check it out on mine. You can see here's the front wheel. So right up in this area and on the other side is where you'll find a lot of the joints that can be greased, and they usually stand out like you'll just already see a bunch of grease around there. Like right there you'll find one, and over here, and however well it comes off on the video or not, in real life you can tell that there's a lot more grease over in those parts. So if you don't know where your grease fittings are, just look around and you'll see a bunch of different joints that require grease, and like some old grease coming out here. These are all greasy joints. There's another one up here, and another one here. There's the grease fitting where the gun will attach to. This is a grease gun, and on the end you have it's called the grease coupler, and this is removable. You can exchange it. There are actually different grease fittings depending on the vehicle or the machine, so you'll have to change out the coupler for the different fittings. You'll find that grease comes in different colors, and it usually signifies what kind of thickening additive is used in the grease, and it may also signify the quality of the grease. A lot of heavy-duty machines or off-road vehicles will use a darker gray or black grease, and this usually denotes that there's moly added to it. So I like to use that, but I recommend you check with your manufacturer to see what kind of grease you should use. So you just take your gun and you put the coupler up to the fitting and then kind of give it a push till it goes on. You'll hear it kind of click. And you pump the gun a few times, and you'll know how, when you've got enough in, you'll start to see the grease actually come out of the joint. So I can actually see it's on the other side that it's coming out. You can see it coming out over there when I squeeze it. So I know that that one's greased. So it's as simple as that. You never actually want to see grease coming back out the fitting, only through the joints. And that's because the way that the fitting works, it has a little ball inside the fitting, and when the gun goes on top, the coupler has a little spike that comes down and pushes the ball down so that grease can start flowing through the fitting. Well, and then the way it works, it's also a catch valve, so when the gun is removed, that ball goes right up to the top, so it kind of seals it off so the grease can't come out. So if you see grease coming out, it would mean probably that there's a piece of debris in the little ball valve, which is prohibiting the ball from catching, going back up to the top, so grease can't escape. So if that is happening, you don't want to add more grease, because you could push that little debris of whatever sorts into the joint, which would be bad. So what you need to do in that case is actually replace the fitting itself. You can do this on your vehicle every 2 or 3 oil changes, once or twice a year. You can do more than that. There's no harm. It's just getting extra clean grease in there, but you don't want to go too long without greasing them, just in case the grease gets bad enough or wears out that the joints are rubbing against each other.